Most young Brits abroad will have a week or two in party hotspots like Magaluf and Ibiza. Some stay longer, working as PRs, tempting the tourists into bars and clubs. One former PR has told us how that dream job can turn sour.
I was working 6 days a week, earning €140 a week, but paying $100 a week back to them in rent. It's scary to think, how did I survive? There were 7 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment. The rooms were really small. It was very poor, very cramped. There was no aircon, so it was always sweaty. It was really bad.
Mel, not her real name or voice, was never given a contract, was only paid in cash, and her boss took her passport.
They kept my passport. If you want a job, you do it. I was definitely taken advantage of, 100% mistreated. You just do what they say.
They've got your passport, so they've got you. You can't go anywhere, you can't go home, you can't change jobs.
Yeah, it's terrifying. It's really scary.
And for Mel, there are even darker memories of what she experienced.
I was assaulted multiple times. Physical violence, sexual assaults. Guys grabbed your bum and your boobs. It was just like a free-for-all. They could touch any part they wanted of you. When you're there, you can't say anything. The PRs, the girl workers, were 100% taken advantage of. You had to accept it.
You're sexually assaulted, you tell your boss, and he says what?
Brush it off and go back to work.
Tourists drawn to the sun, sea and sand here would have no idea what people like Mel have been through, and she's not alone. The British and Spanish authorities are working to squeeze out rogue employers and class stories like Mel's as modern slavery.
That term, modern slavery, it's a dramatic term.
It is. It's a dramatic issue because these people are, at the end of the day, they're being exploited. Yeah? And that's what modern slavery is about. It's about someone being led to believe they've got certain conditions in their job and actually turning out that they've got something completely different. And that, at the end of the day, that's exploitation.
Make sure you never hand your passport over, get a contract, and make sure you know the accommodation costs up front.
So at British airports this holiday season, advice on how to work safely abroad, not least because last year 80% of Brits in Majorca's prisons were former PRs and bar workers, many drawn into crime just to make ends meet.
British citizens are being imprisoned because they've been forced into work, essentially, and the work that they're doing is criminal work. So they've been told they need to do drug dealing, to be stealing. They aren't even able to afford their accommodation. They're saying if you can't pay us this money, then this will happen to you. So I think it's quite scary. Quite a scary thing.
With their 2019 red jackets, many PRs here are now protected by a local registration scheme, but it's not mandatory. Mel's concern is that other Brits might still come unstuck like she did.
You see the lifestyle and you want it. It's only when you experience it yourself you realise how bad it is. Be careful. Don't trust everyone. Really, really think about it.
Timely advice with another tourist season in full swing, and with so many Brits heading to resorts like this in search of happy holidays and that dream summer job.